Well, Hilary has joined me today to bring us this week's reading. It's a reading that we looked at and thought, actually, this one has got Hilary's name written all over it. So good morning, Hilary. It's great to see you.
Good morning, Matthew. Very nice to see you too.
We're really looking forward to seeing you in person sometime very soon, I hope. But anyway, as I say, today's reading is one of my favourites. But before we come to it, I was just wondering, Hilary, you always have such a positive attitude. What's your top tip for staying positive in difficult circumstances?
Well, I have to think how to shorten that down to a tip, not a lecture. I think at one time I realised that I had to make it a habit. So I thought, well, shall I do it? That's to read the Bible or follow your pamphlet, like Every Day with Jesus or something like that, and to do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite difficult to keep that up sometimes, but you've got to train yourself.
Yes.
So that's what I did. And then I realised that if you got the first things right, like for myself, I'd get up, make a cup of tea and get out my Bible and my Every Day with Jesus. And what's the other one? Something about the word for today.
Yes.
So I read those two and then ponder on the page a bit if I've got plenty of time. And then I get up. So that's really, first of all, you've got to realise you've got to train yourself to think about God, just the same as when you get up and train yourself to feed the children, send them off to school. It's got to become a habit.
Yes, that wouldn't be a good move, would it? Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking because they were talking about sending children off to school on Monday.
That's true. Our parents are going to, yes, they're going to be relieved to not have to do homeschooling anymore. But yes, it's going to be back to the early morning start.
Rush around. But it's no good. It's no good approaching God in a rush.
No.
You've got to stop and breathe a bit and think and then do it. But you've got to form the habit, and that's a hard bit. Yeah. Once you've got a habit, like everything else, you do it without thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah. And Hilary, is there any particular way that you've sensed God helping you, particularly over the last 12 months during the pandemic?
Well, to be perfectly honest, the pandemic hasn't made all that much difference to me because I live on my own. I've got two very nice neighbours each side if we feel like a chat, which is nice in the summer because we can do it out in the garden. We don't visit each other to chat now. We just do it on the phone, perhaps. Not regularly, but it's nice to know you've got somebody close which you can chat to or even call on for help. What else has helped me in this last 12 months? Well, I think something very ordinary, like the just continuity of knowing God's there and he's keeping watch over me.
Absolutely. And it's been great to catch up with you and see you every Tuesday evening in the Tuesday evening home group. I'm really grateful for the technology that allows us to do that.
Yes, isn't it marvellous?
And I think God's been in that too. But I think your attitude to training yourself to thinking about the good things of God sounds like an excellent cue to move into our reading. So I'm just going to take myself off the screen here and ask you to bring us our reading, which comes from Philippians chapter 4 and verses 4 to 9.
Rejoice in the Lord always. I'll say it again, rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, just think about such things. And whatever you've learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. That's the end of the reading.
Thank you, Hilary. And I think a lot of people will now see why we thought of you when we looked at that reading. It's been great to see you this morning.
Very nice doing this.
Do stay safe and well, and we look forward to seeing you in person at some point very soon.
Not too long, we hope.
I do hope so. But meanwhile, we're going to move into a song. And of course, one of the excellent things that we can think about to help us rejoice in the Lord is simply to think about the amazing grace that has saved us and freed us from the chains that tied us down. So we're going to sing the song, Amazing Grace, My Chains Are Gone.